Hello, Mulishani Bonse. How are you all doing today? My name is Tammy Fletcher if it's your first time here, and I make eclectic videos. And today we're going to be continuing with our style essence videos. I have already done the romantic style essence as well as the natural, the ingenue, and the gamine essences. And today we're going to be digging into, not digging, maybe, but today we're going to be deep diving into the fifth one, and that is the ethereal or angelic essence. So I'm really excited about this one because this one is definitely mysterious, and I love mystery, and I'd love to be able to uncover some of those enigmatic or elusive qualities of somebody that has ethereal essence. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe. I do create eclectic content, like I said earlier, mostly comprising fashion and interior design as well as interior decorating, but I also do include some lifestyle videos from time to time. But without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to be reading an article from fashiongarden.com. This is very, very helpful because they do explain things in depth when it comes to the essences. So I really do love this. I really do love this blog, and I'll have it linked down below for those of you that are interested. And now let's go ahead and begin. What are the 7 style essences? The 7 style essences are all about finding the right clothing shapes and details that will harmonize with your features. We all need to understand that we all have different types of beauty and are perceived in a different way than others. This is why sometimes some lines look stunning in some people or on some people, but when we try them, we feel like it washes us off. So we wonder if there's something wrong with us, but really we just need to find our essences. So what is style essence? It is a perceptible reflection of your inner self with a mix of your clothing lines. It's the union of the way you perceive the world, your vibe, and how you reflect it on your outer self. Your facial features, the way you walk or talk, can influence your essence. So this is, I kind of feel like, even though Kitchener based the essences on one's face, so basically like your facial features, it definitely goes hand in hand with one's personality as well. Because I have come to find that my personality usually coincides with the way that I look. And I'll give an example even of what my husband says about me. A lot of the times when I'm doing something, he'll make a comment such as, "You are larger than life." And that is so true because my personality is pretty big. I have a big personality. I'm usually over the top when it comes to everything that I do. I'm the type of person who always says, go big or go home. And it just feels natural to me. Like, it's not forced. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to be something that I'm not. And so this is pretty interesting. I think for those of you that might be wondering, what does this even mean, or how credible is this? But I do believe that your personality definitely goes hand in hand, even with your vibe as well as your features. Now let's go ahead and learn about the ethereal essence or angelic essence. For an angelic, fashion is all about standing out gracefully. A trait that an angelic has is they tend to look like a mystical creature. So this happens to be really true because I have noticed that people who have ethereal essence a lot of the times end up playing roles in movies such as elves, or they'll play angels, otherworldly type of creatures like aliens, sometimes, even witches and stuff like that. And that's because of the vibe that they give off. It's very otherworldly and it's very mystical. And I think that's what makes this essence quite mysterious, is that it's not the people who have this essence, or the people who embody this essence kind of look like they're not common people. You get what I mean? In terms of, you don't get to see them on the street all the time, so to speak. This essence is considered to be the most yin, with an ethereal approach. Angelics look beautiful in textures, draped fabrics, shiny materials. Their dressing lines are tall and long, just like their vertical line. So from what I've learned, a lot of ethereals tend to be pretty tall versus being shorter, but that is not impossible. So basically, just because you may be a short person, it doesn't mean that you can't have this essence. I think it's just the majority, I'm pretty sure from the surveys that were taken, a lot of people with ethereal essence probably have that elongated line, because most of the time, being tall is actually not an average quality. Fewer people in the world are tall versus people who are average height or shorter. So yeah, it's not very common for people to be tall. It also says that they look good in ornate details, and transparencies make angelics glow. So this is an interesting way of putting this. But anyway, you're going to look good in anything that is sheer. So consider chiffon. That is quite sheer. Lace is another one that is going to look really good on you. And then there are also other sheer fabrics. There's the really shiny sheer fabric. I don't know what you call that. I might have to put it on the screen here because I don't know it by heart. And yeah, let's continue. Some features an angelic essence can have, or someone with angelic essence can have. They look tall, or they're actually tall. So even if you're not tall, people will probably perceive you in pictures as one who is quite tall, like you're taller than you actually are. And yeah, and then moving on, they usually have an oval face. They have low contrast in their faces. Their eyebrows are soft instead of bold and dark. And this makes a lot of sense. So if you're looking at me personally, I kind of feel like now that I colored my hair is more of an auburn color now. My contrast is a lot more medium, but my hair is a lot darker. My hair is like a dark brown color. And so when it's the actual color, my contrast increases. I have high contrast, and so I definitely don't have any ethereal essence. But then when you do think about it, especially for women of color, the contrast levels, so like between your eyes, your teeth, and your skin, as well as your hair, you may still have maybe like darker features, but they're going to blend in together. You won't be able to see too much contrast. So don't be alarmed if you're like, well, what if I'm black? Or what if I have darker skin, or I'm a person of color? Will I not be able to have ethereal essence? You definitely can, but you probably discover or realize that your features usually blend well together and nothing really stands out when it comes to your facial features. And then another characteristic is you have peculiar facial features. So you might have either almond eyes like I do, and then you could have thinner lips. You could have a really pointy nose sometimes, or have like pixie-like features. So that is very, very common for women who have ethereal essence. Angelics are unique. They are ethereal. They are old souls. So you kind of look ageless in a sense. Like you do age. Obviously, we all get older and we change as we get older. But you have that because you have that otherworldly type of look to you, it gives off more of an ageless look. When you think about something, a movie like Thor, his sister was played by, what's her name? Kate Blanchett? Is it Kate Blanchett? And Kate Blanchett actually has a lot strong ethereal essence, and that's why she was able to play his sister really well. So think about those features. She looked ageless in a sense. We know her age. We know she's human and she has a specific age, but you can't really tell whether she's 300 years old, which we don't know what does somebody who's 300 years old look like. I don't think we have any idea, or whether she's 50 or whether she's 75. It's just, it's just that vibe. And then let's continue. So you're going to look like someone who doesn't belong to this era, or doesn't belong in this era, basically. So people perceive them as mysterious, absolutely. They embody mystery, even more than romantics, because romantics are considered to be quite mysterious. Ethereals just have this, you can't quite put your finger on it. Okay, so a key to knowing if you have angelic essence is you can try shiny, iridescent, metallic long dresses, and you find that you will look like a goddess instead of these materials overshadowing you. So now let's go ahead and look at the ethereal essence style guide, my style recommendations for this essence. Okay, so right off the bat, we were talking, you heard me read about metallics or anything that is quite iridescent or shiny fabrics. Let's talk about the shiny fabrics that are trending this year. Silver is definitely a big one, and gold as well. I haven't seen too much gold, but either one is going to work on someone who has ethereal essence, because it just gives you that goddess type of, like Grecian goddess type of vibe. Depending on whether you're cool toned or your undertones are cooler or they're warmer. If they're cooler, silver is going to look amazing on you. There are a lot of metallic fabrics out there, metallic silver dresses. And then it really just depends on what you're willing to wear during the summer, because some of them are quite hot. A lot of the time, the shinier fabrics, like the heavier weighted fabrics, shiny fabrics are quite harsh in the summertime. They're going to be too warm. So maybe you can leave those for like dinner time. But I've seen a mesh, it's almost like a tassels dress, but then the tassels are what are making up the dress. And so it's quite airy, it's quite breathable. So that one is going to look really good on you. I saw it on AliExpress, and I've been seeing it online, different places. I'll have it linked down below just in case you're interested in checking it out. But I think something like that is going to look absolutely amazing on you. Also, anything that is chiffon is going to look fantastic on someone with ethereal essence, because chiffon has this weightlessness to it, and it just goes with the vibe of any woman that has ethereal essence, or a man, but I'm pretty sure most of the people that are watching my videos are women, so I'll just assume that. Yeah, so chiffon fabric clothing, so be it flowy fabric shirts, chiffon jumpsuits, chiffon dresses, chiffon skirts, chiffon tops are going to look fantastic. And if you wanted to take it up a notch to just look really, bring out that mystery in yourself, you could wear a nice hat that has fabric across it. So maybe like lace fabric, just like the romantics will be able to pull that off. But you could do something that maybe has chiffon, like a veil type of hat, like a hat that has a veil on it is going to look absolutely fantastic on you. Ooh, I'm getting ideas. Maybe I should try it for myself, even though I don't have this essence. Lace can look good on you, but the only thing about lace is it has to be very, very flowy. You can't, any lace that is figure conforming is going to look quite constricting on you. You need a certain airiness and flow to you. So I would, instead of opting for lace, I would actually go for something that has tulle. So like tulle would probably be a better fabric, because even though it has some density to it, it moves, it flows as you are walking. So it has that flowy nature to it. So tulle is probably a better option versus lace, but you can pull up lace as well, as long as it's just the fabric itself hasn't been made, the garment itself hasn't been made stiffly. So yeah. And then what else am I thinking? I'm also thinking that bell bottom, if you're thinking of casual looks, bell bottom pants are going to look really good on you, as well as, what are those pants called? As well as like the trumpet pants, is that what they're called? I might be butchering this, but I think those would look fantastic on someone with ethereal essence. So basically you could have your chiffon top with the trumpet pants on, or your bell bottom pants, and it would look fantastic. That would be a great casual look for you. But if you're the type of person who loves dresses, there's so many different types of dresses that will look fantastic on you. I'm going to have a whole bunch. I'm going to have pictures up here, of course, for you to be able to look at and use for inspiration. And yeah, an aesthetic that comes to mind for you is, when I think about someone with ethereal essence, is the mythical, like Grecian type of aesthetic. So think about golden belts, and maybe you have the, what are those called? Man, I'm forgetting all these things. This is crazy. Golden or silver jewelry would look amazing. The Grecian sandals would look fantastic on you. Absolutely fantastic. And also their pants as well. They're like flowy. It's like the Aladdin pants. The ones that you see in an Aladdin. Those would look amazing on someone with ethereal essence. I can just imagine you walking in the street or trotting in the street, and they're just flowing as you go. You look like you're in a movie. So feel free to try those as well, because they're going to look really, really good on you. And I have, of course, this bell sleeve top, and this is a mix of romantic and ingenue in my opinion, but I think this might work on you as well. So something with like bell sleeves on a top, because it has that flowiness to it. It's not so restrictive. So I think something like this would look absolutely fantastic on someone with ethereal essence. But then of course, let's not make the bodice. I can't speak English today, forgive me. Yeah, let's not make the bust and the chest, the bodice, too constricting. Let's not make it too tight. I think a lot more flow would be amazing for you, so that way you have that freedom to be able to move around. And then of course, linen I think would work on you as well, because that's just a summer staple. In as much as linen is perfect for someone with natural essence, I think it would work for someone with ethereal essence as well. And then I want to include makeup for you ladies, because sparkles are in, and you will sparkle in sparkles. No pun intended. You will shine bright like a diamond in sparkles. So any type of sparkly makeup, so like the sparkly eyeshadow, or you could do the sparkly rather not sparkly, because highlighter is quite sparkly anyway. So highlighter is going to look amazing on you. You could also do lipsticks that have a bit of sparkle in them as well. Those would look fantastic on you. So feel free to just let loose with the sparkles. We're going to have sprinkles everywhere. Yeah, I need to. I'm so exhausted. I need to go sit down somewhere and just calm down. Yeah, so that is that. So yeah, I think that is about it, because really all you really need to focus on as someone with the theory essence is that your best lines are going to be flowy and quite shiny. So iridescent, metallic, that's just the way for you to go. So you will not go wrong if you just stick to those guidelines. And I promise you, you're going to shine so bright this summertime if you adhere to those recommendations. You don't have to. You can wear whatever you want, of course. But if you really do want to stand out and really bring out that beautiful, mystical essence that you have, then the best way that you can go is by using these rules or style laws or whatever you want to call them. So that is that. We've now come to the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful. I will have the other style essence videos linked down below for you in case you're interested. And I hope to see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye. Bye.